Hello out there, retro gamers. What timing? Look, right at the end of the song, I was ready. There's another one here. I love that song that was just on. Done quite a lot of coding today alone. Didn't feel up to streaming it. But thought I'd come online here and show you what I've done. Add more. Do that sign. There we go. Yeah, so I got midway through adding a game over screen. I've done many little minor tweaks today. Changed the timing on the collision checks. Seems to be a bit tighter, the collision now, which is better obviously. Sometimes it was a little bit loose where you didn't really collide with the player until the next frame. It just didn't draw it though, because you thought the collision detection was triggered too quickly. Changed a few other little bits and bobs. Nothing too important. And like I say, I'm just literally, I just copied this in from the main menu. I was in the process of renaming some of this stuff. So I'll just be pottering through here. Pottering about. I've got a feeling today I'll be able to add a new level, making it 3 levels. And obviously, sorry, I just burnt my keyboard. Sorry about that. Yeah, making it 3 long levels, all with different bosses. The last boss is going to be some sort of beast, impossible to beat. I then do want to add like stronger bullets. Maybe an upgrade you can buy for your ship. Oh, you might notice I've used Moz's jetpack Spikie sprite. Looks a lot better than one I made. Particularly because the gun, he has an actual gun now where the bullets fire from. Although with that said, maybe with the dual bullets that I was just referring to, wouldn't look good with that sprite. Perhaps when you get that, you upgrade your ship to the other one perhaps. That'd be quite a good idea actually. So yeah, I'm just pottering through, as I keep saying. Keep meaning to do some gaming on the channel as well. I'm not quite sure what game to get into. My computer, as you know, is not good. I actually ran Civilization 6, I think it's called, or 5, I can't remember which one. The latest one. And it runs it, but I don't know what it'll be like when I try and stream it. I quite like that game. Okay. Guess that's not really going there. I'm going to return out of your holding space. And when I say return out, obviously that means I won't. I'm not talking about returning out of the screen. I'm going to return out of this routine, meaning that you won't just automatically go on to the next game by holding space. Space is fire. You'll be holding it by the time you die, or you might be. Yo, Micro. Have you been streaming then? Or are you just chat raiding? That's awesome if you have been streaming. I'll definitely check your channel out if you are. No stream. Oh, raiding with Coda. Awesome. Well done, Coda. I haven't got a notification of it yet. Hopefully that'll come through. Otherwise I've got something broken on my stream. Nice. Welcome in, guys. I was streaming to the brick wall there for a little while. But the pressure was off. It was quite nice seeing no viewers. It was like, oh, I can just get on with it. He's popping in later. Okie dokie. I need to do more raids. You know, when I finish up with like 3 of us. Good way of getting like a little bit of extra traction in it and getting to know some other members. If I find some decent streamers, that is. Yeah. Who are online by the time I finish. There's not many, I don't think, online at that time. There probably is. I just don't know them. I think this is ready to go, although I've just copied and pasted a lot there, so it's probably great. This will say game over. I don't know why the word menu just looks so weird to me now. Like it's not right. I don't know. Just checking if I'm jumping to the right place. Begin game is wrong. See what I want to do. I'll delete that so I get an error if I forget. I don't know if you've been looking on the onto the GitHub today, Micro. But I made a lot of changes to the game. Just bit by bit I was uploading it. And I also tried to make Space Taxi. I've done like a very quick like gravity simulation on a car. Kind of works, but then I realised I've got to do it a completely different way to get it working nicely, so I gave up. Oh, another announcement is Spikie Goes Skiing got put onto the official Spectrum archive today. In fact, let me get a link because there's a like play online feature. Yeah, I wrote on it just hoping that they might mention it, and they didn't get really excited about it, but they were like, "Oh, welcome in. It's really good to see people coding in proper assembly language rather than all these game engines that they're using nowadays." And then it went quiet. I thought, oh, they've looked at it and thought, you know, they don't like it. But then eventually I got a notification saying it's actually on the database now. Unfortunately, I used an old screenshot. So it's like got the yellow border and all that, but no biggie. And it works really well on the browser. I actually had a play on it. Quite fun. Oh, yeah, Code Mick. party in here, yeah. A small but select group. Pure Spikie fans. Pure retro fans. We've got all types in here. Oh yeah, I was looking at where I was going to jump to. I said I was going to forget that, didn't I? Lucky I deleted that. I think it's best just to jump to program start, you know. Just let it just start again. Oops. Approval look over, yeah. Yeah, but they enjoyed it actually. I was quite pleased with that. And I actually got a new follower on Twitter. One of the bigger forum members there. So they obviously quite liked it. Bad audio pop. Let me know if my mic is doing that as well, because I noticed they were a bit quiet, so I've turned it up, but it looks like maybe it's a bit loud now. Try and nudge it down a little bit if that's the case. I think that's ready to roll. Clear to you. Good. Thanks, Coda. And I think just to add the game over is really simple. Body player kill. Oh, I put it at the top in the end, I think. So I can either kill him as soon as you reach 0 lives, or let you have an extra life. Yo, Dark Chancer, how you doing, my friend? I'm doing very well, thank you. I feel like if I really put some hours in here, I can get this game pretty much finished. Like, you know, not quite, obviously, it'll still need a bit of work, but there's not much. I mean, maybe I'll add some asteroids in that don't hunt you down, they just spawn randomly. And maybe a couple of extra power-ups. Then it's all about adding the bosses and the levels, like, properly. We've already got the structure of it. Need to add to that. But yeah, well, like I was saying, when he dies, I could just check here for 0 and do game over, but that would mean as soon as you reach 0. If I put it up here, it should let you go to 0. Oh, what's these lives? Lives one, that is actually it. And it's probably a jump. I'll do like I did here and just do begin game over. You haven't missed much today, mate. I've been doing it just alone without streaming. I just changed some little things like the colours. You might notice it's got a red board, like the UI was black before. I've made that red. I changed the timing of the collision. As you can see there, it's like quite tight and clean now, the collision. Whereas before it wasn't drawing the last frame, it was detecting the collision and then not drawing it, so it didn't really look like a collision. A few other little bits and bobs. Oh, look, I put an M next to the money there, so there's like millions now. Sort of matches up with the score a bit better. Like he's loaded. Eating Chinese, yeah, that'll fill you up. Microman's getting raided in real life by the sounds of it. I could just jump to the routine inside game over, but I'm going to do what I do with every level. Just put a begin game over. Don't need to. Let me check when we go into. Yeah, it does set it back to level 1. there on the screen. We'll do that. I'm sure I made a new routine to paint. Oh, UI init. I rolled that into one routine and I added the painting of the background from the entire screen. But actually that's a bit annoying now because I don't want to do those. I just want to do that this time. I think I'll just copy it. Put it in here. I mean, I could have put that in the game over start routine. Doesn't really match what I've done for the rest of the code then. Oh hey Moz, how you doing, man? Thank you for the 100 bits. Very much appreciated. Dropped her in there somehow. Quality. Love it, man. So with the game over update, I actually just jump to that and then stay in that into that loop until I exit it by pressing space. The real straightforward stuff, just like the main menu really, and the shop. Look at her wave. Oh yeah, what the hell? Funny as. I love these emotes, man. I'm only 2 subs away from adding a new one, so you'll have to give me a good idea of what would be a great emote for a Spikie channel. Maybe Dizzy the Egg. Yeah, so what I've done there is put lives. I think I'm just going to jump to begin game over. Of course, jump said. I wonder if she realises it. It's like the puppy. Yeah, where's the puppy gone? Spikie was in there as well, hasn't he? She's in the tip jar, yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it? I actually do like that. If someone does subscribe, it drops a token like a Mikey token in. We'll get a sub eventually. I think I can just try and test it now and lose all my lives. Oh no, it's errors. Oh, because I haven't included game over. There we go. A little bit small. I'm considering making this a little bit bigger. What do you reckon about that? Maybe like that. Doesn't make a lot of difference, I bet. Oh, sorry about the noises. Oh yeah, I'm trying to die now. You might notice I'm using your jetpack guy mods. Thank you for that. It looks a lot better than the other one. Although I just had the idea on the fly that maybe you can upgrade to the ship I was using and have two blasters. You pay like 10,000 million or something. Okay, so this should be it now then. I should be dead. Okay, cool. Obviously that needs a tweak. Needs to look better. Oh, that's not meant to happen. Okay. It does put you back into the game, but For some reason it didn't show the main menu that time. Oh. Yeah, but I've edited Bob out of the game right now, Micro. He's now just a placeholder in the rearview mirror. Yo, Geo, good to have you with us. Like in a spacesuit, yeah. Courtesy of Moz, I must say. All the decent sprites are always courtesy of Moz. I did draw one decent one myself. Oh no, that was on the I drew a space taxi car earlier. So it jumps. That might be the problem where I jump instead of crawl. Hmm. That's interesting how it was just a black screen. What? Why didn't it draw any of this stuff? It's a little bit weird. I know it did reach this point because I pressed space and then it started the game for me. For some reason or another, it just didn't want to draw this. Change that to a slightly less annoying sound. I'll go back to there. Hmm. I wouldn't have a clue why that's doing that. I mean, the instructions are right there to print a string. We always saw as a black screen. I'm going to try one more time. See what happens. Hang on, that's not a fresh start. He looks well called a jetpack guy. Yeah, another thing I changed where the squids spawn. I made sure it's in the final half of the screen. Made it a bit fairer. I sped them up as well. There was also a bug where if you killed them quick enough, they'd just instantly respawn. So I got rid of that by adding a bool. Oh, it should have put me in game over there, I think. Weird. It's not meant to load the UI or anything at that stage. Until it gets to here. I'll just try calling instead of jumping, but I don't see why that would actually help. Still a little bit keen when I'm moving. I think I need to change the collision call a little bit more. I think if I let them hit me, it'll be alright. That's pretty good. Not too bad. If I remember right, there is a bit of white space around them sprites as well. I'm at Lawsuit. Sorry, I know what after me now. Oh, it's still doing it. I didn't think that would fix it. I prefer having a jump there. Did put program start, didn't I? So I was expecting there to be some sort of ball that I had to reset, but it doesn't even check anything. It's just supposed to just print. A bit similar, as in like a complete trace. It seems to me that it's somehow getting through here and going to here in game. That's where it draws the. Wait, what have I just done? That's where it draws the UI, and that would draw a black screen over the top. This would get called. That would draw over the stuff in the main menu. That's really odd. I don't know how to use breakpoints because that doesn't work either. That doesn't carry through to C-Spec, as far as I could tell earlier. Or maybe no. Yeah, so that breakpoint hasn't done it. Anything. What about if I add it whilst it's paused now? Ah, you don't have to add it on the disassembly, do you? I don't understand. I don't understand that code. Looks like Jetpack Sprite. You got it, Mick. I'll get another cease and desist from Ultimate. Put alongside my one from Atari. I was called something else though then. Mega Bro Games or something. Yeah, so breakpoints are still Remember we had breakpoints pretty much set up nicely in spin. I was expecting them to work from VS Code here. I mean, I can think of a quick fix, right? Instead of jump to program start, just put jump to begin game, and then change it to say press space to start again. Yeah, I definitely should. If I was better at art, I would. I keep trying, honestly, I do try it. Manic Miner. I should try it. Making this game though has made me realise I don't think it would be that hard to make like a Target Renegade style game. What I'd probably run out with there is the memory space. Monty Mile with Spikie head. I was gonna do Dizzy, but just change him into Spikie. Spikie the ultimate cartoon adventure. I still don't really get this. Just to be weird, I'm gonna put this here and see if we hear it when we go back into the main menu after dying. I'll probably restrict your movement so you can't go all the way over to the. Oh, it went to the menu then. I saw it. But that was strange. Probably worth calling level restart in here. Oh, there's no check to see if space is held. I think that's what's happening. If you're wondering what this rand is doing here, I just call this over and over again because that actually gives you a different random seed basically to start the level. Get back frozen wobbly. I'm totally thinking though, if you save up enough money, you should be able to buy a new ship and have like 2 or 3 guns. Make it really easy to kill everyone. Movie-based game. Yeah, and it was going to be a Custer's Revenge clone. That would be really easy to make a Custer's Revenge clone. See, I think I might try that next. Be like a 1-day job. Spikie, Spikie's Revenge. Or just call it Spikie Does Dallas. AKA Spikie's Revenge. Very unsavory. You know it. Yeah, so that's why I'm calling random. It's just a really dumbass way of making the seed random when you play the game. It doesn't matter though, because this processor is not doing anything at that stage anyway. It might as well do something. Let's give this a try. I think might fix the problem. Oh, I've got 5 now. Die, Mikey. Spikie. Mikey and Spikie are the same dude. It's just whether he has hair gel or not. Mick goes coding. Why not, Mick? That sounds alright. But why only 6 bits then? Is that how you code? I'm thick. I think of bits in 8. Chunks of 8. Oh, you did write 8 afterwards, okay. Typo, fair play. I thought it was some clever reason. Cause you can code with probably 6 bits somehow. Use 2 for something else. Like the Spectrum with their flash bit and all that. Alright, 2 more lives left. 2 more deaths. Oh, Spike stuff. Oh, I was holding it in. I saw the menu though. Shouldn't let me hold it in. Ah, I do know what's going on, I think. I know how to fix that. I need to call check keys first, of course. Probably the same with the other one as well. Good. I think I should do the same thing there though. And then, yeah, check keys. All good, all good. This pints of vodka. He's just trying to render you unconscious for some reason or another. I've never seen the inside of a cat, thankfully. See you in a sec, Mick. Yeah, thankfully not. I mean, actually, you've just reminded me. I think, in a way, I have seen the inside of a cat because I remember being in a phone box like when I was quite young, and there was like a cat with a load of its guts hanging out at the bottom, like a seagull there or something. I was very young. I just ran away. I think this is ready to work now. Oh, why am I shooting? I want to die. I should start myself with 1 life, really. Oh, what's that? A ghost collision just happened. That was weird. Oh, a squid probably spawned right there. That's what it was. That is pretty terrible, Geo. I forgot about it completely. Just suddenly remembered it from about age 10 or something. lock that memory away somewhere, somehow. Whoa, look at that. I've bugged it out even further now. Interesting. I think I know why that is. Cool Z. Although I jump Z there. I'll try it. I'm going to change my lives down to 1 though. Why have I got 4 lives? Interesting. I'm not actually sure actually about the Thargoids. I think it did. I think it had mention of them. You could hardly tell what ship you're fighting against though, to be honest. You just blow them all away just as easy. Yeah. I just spam out the trade route at the start until I've got enough to buy almost every weapon with the military laser. Avoken, by the way. Yeah, what's going on with that then? Even worse than I had it a minute ago. I think it's where I begin the game over. I want to call it instead of jump to it. The thing is, this is gonna. That doesn't matter, yeah, because it gets reset later. Funny how stupid little things like this cause me a problem. But it'd be simple. I've got 1 life now, but I bet it goes up to 4 when I die. Yeah, I haven't done that very well. I've got a UI value and then another value somewhere else. They're not directly linked. I need to make it so you can only fly like not too near the edge as well, because of how the squid spawns. Okay, that's good, except for now it hasn't painted the screen properly. It only missed doing the UI, and the init UI would have took care of all that from Starfield. I know that calls begin game, so that should be fine to call. Ah, player respawn. Oops. Should have added just a level start. I called that level restart on purpose because I knew it happens. I can't remember why now. Just delete that. Maybe call it here. Same as me, Vulcan. Cool, I had so much good stuff. My dad kept it in the garage and then gave it away, I guess, or chucked it years later. Can you imagine if you were one of the people who had a porn collection and then the internet came out and like, oh, this is all worthless now. I'm gonna make a level in it. Just doesn't have Cool, begin game again. It really should just repaint the star field and start the game again. Oh, that's been shot. I think like this should work. Frontier as in elite. I've dabbled with Eve Vulcan, but I must admit it wasn't my thing. You had to pay too much. It was I don't enjoy games where they get you to pay all the time. I like Elite Dangerous. I think I got quite a lot of fun out of that. Yeah, I'm gonna fire up Elite Dangerous with a brand new account. Like I'm gonna delete my refresh the account. Start with nothing because I've got like 30 million and like can't remember what ship Anaconda or it's a decent bloody ship. I've got about 10 ships. It's got built a bit boring. No, you can play it in offline mode, and it's basically the exact same thing. In fact, you can download a pirate of it and play it in offline mode. I've done it before. I actually got that game quite cheap. I bought the add-on for landing on the planet. So. I used to play offline mode quite a lot. Only from my superstition, I used to think my internet was bad and I used to get dropped out doing a warp. I think, oh, it's because I'm playing on online mode. Oh yeah, it's definitely offline as well. And you can have private servers as well with just your friends. I mean, you could basically just start a private server with just yourself if you wanted. Nice one, Chancer. I got Elite Dangerous. I mean, I noticed it before I'd even heard of Kickstarter. I noticed it came out and I got well excited about it. I didn't back it or anything, but when it came out, for some reason, it was £2.99. I got it, and then quickly after they released Horizons for like 30 quid or something, which I bought. Great game. I love it. Should have fixed that lives thing so it genuinely won life. I'm quietly hopeful it does work now and then I won't need to change it. I love them stars. Okay, it's all good, but then we don't get the UI. That's so strange. As if it bypasses that one bit of the code. I'm going to change that name. Maybe if I call it. In Dangerous Odyssey. Must admit I haven't caught up with anything to do with it. Oh, it'd be amazing in VR Elite. Going into them space stations and all that. It'd be good if they can add where you can actually get out and do some stuff. Like go in bars, get jobs, stuff like that. Yeah. I could imagine myself spending many hours in that. Let's change the lives. So it is only one. Hmm. Huh. Weird, it was stuck in the main menu for fix. Trippy. Hmm. Might just need one little routine in between the way I jump to it. Still don't get it. Why it doesn't go there. What? You blew up a base in. Oh, in Elite Original. I thought about doing that as well, but I never got around to it. In either game, I didn't know you could do it in Elite Dangerous. What am I doing wrong here? When the game starts, it goes through it and it's all fine. This draws the numbers for the UI and words, and then this, and also this paints the screen red. Oh, cool, right? Oh no, that's just. Well, yes, there it is. And then this does the black screen over the top. It's almost like it gets to the return, and because we've been jumping, it returns to somewhere stupid. Right, that's what it is, isn't it? That's the first return it hits, and then it doesn't do. Funny enough, I've got Paint Starfield above there. I don't think that would work. That needs to be switched around as well. Why is there Paint Starfield in shop? What have I done here? I think I've messed up. So it should be. Yeah, I was just thinking that, mate. This is beginning level 1. Because there's no way to go back to level 1 anyway. But I named it that in case you could go back to level 1. Yeah, I should probably change the name. I was just thinking the exact same thing when you wrote that. I should at least put this like below that, so the 2 levels are at least next to each other. Then we've got shop and game over, so that makes sense. Still, I'm pretty certain it is because it hits that first return in there, and that's why this never happens. And that's why it's all starting in the wrong place as well. How can I avoid that? It's to do with all the jumps. Then again, no, because it wouldn't get past there, would it? Oh bloody hell! Funny, I never had a single problem like this on the last game. It worked pretty much straight away. It was something similar to this. I mean, I could be completely barking up the wrong tree with that jumping thing. But how did I do the shop? Yeah, well, it's quite complicated, the shop. In that try selection. Yeah, cool. Level. Then we jump. And that all seemed to work fine. In level 2. What was the difference between begin level 2 and begin? Get rid of that for a start. On level variable, I set it here, so I'm assuming it does get set back to 1. It's one of the first things I do. But I noticed the player wasn't going back to his spawn where he should be. And that wasn't getting painted, so it seemed to stop here for some reason. It does. But no, it didn't even do the UI, did it? So perhaps it is getting stuck here. It does the sound. I'll check if it even does that sound. It was doing the sound before, wasn't it? Check the nipper. It was doing the sound, okay. Okay, thank you. So I reckon it's coming out of there, getting to the return, and then returning back to like all the way where it dies. Cool, begin game over. even if I jump from there though, which I did earlier, I think. Jump, jump. Is it just going to hit these returns? That's the problem with these jumps, isn't it? We tried to crack. Head of the beast. Ah, I see. I love the old music, man. I absolutely love the chip tune. I basically grew up with it. I'm telling you, I had different retro systems that obviously weren't retro at the time. No one, I just got left alone with them, you know, all the time. But I wasn't complaining. Some of the world are good. I guess I need a better understanding now of what's actually happening when I do this jump. How would I do it, Vulcan? Finding time to figure everything out, innit? I'm also in two minds about music. I like the idea of having it on, but it maybe would get annoying after hours. Yeah, that would be bad. Oh, you mean on YouTube? That would also be bad. I mean, if I carefully select the tunes, I know the ones that I've uploaded, it tells me whether they get a copyright hit on it or not. So I know the ones I can get away with most of the time. Maybe it does. Isn't that classical music though? That it was already an existing soundtrack, wasn't it? That from memory. Some of the ones that give you the DMCA are so funny though. Like you'd never think it. Some of them. I was just wondering if I move these all into like a routine, so it can definitely get to it. I mean that jumping thing I'm saying can't be right because it wouldn't have made it to here. Oops. Yeah, thumbs up. Every single different version of Afterburner music that I've tried to upload has always got a copyright every time. I've kind of disproved that jumping thing. Jumps to game over, falls clear screen, and then it carries on and does this. We know it does that. What does this one do? I mean, I'm going to paste that. I'll take that away from there. Put it in here. Idea. Hey, look, I've done it twice. I don't need that. Yeah, all the subs. No, not all of them. That's what I was saying. This one here is an inbuilt ROM. I'm pretty sure that'll return out. But that seems to work. I'm really confused now. I think I've got a plan. And move all these into the start routine. See if we get this to call. That's just setting the border and clearing the screen. That's the weird thing. It was working on the shop and the other screen. Game over. It's only when you go back into the main menu that it seems to break. Too many jumps in a row, perhaps. It's already got it twice, hasn't it? It looks okay to me. Get rid of the sound for a little. No, that's the first routine it should hit. We should at least get the numbers if my theory was right. Good point, Vulcan. You can always put your own tunes on, can't you? Nothing stopping you doing that. I mean, I'm definitely keen on the idea of a playlist. I juggle between. I'm balancing it out in my head. I see, yeah. Okay, I always return from my calls. That's definitely not the problem. But I was wondering if where I'm jumping, and then I finally get a call, go find the return. Where does it actually return to if you've been jumping from several routines? I think I kind of disproved my thing because there was other ones working that were similar. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a minefield here. It's funny because I thought this would be simple to start it off with. I thought it'd be a nice simple thing. Check that because I've forgotten after chatting. But it looks alright. Looks okay to me. Sorry, let me check it again. So it's still calling these. God knows what it's going to do here now. I think I'll put the sound in here, the bottom of it. Just to see, it doesn't make a lot of difference really. Just in case it was breaking it beforehand. I mean, I have got the debugger, but I'm struggling to read the values from it. It's not easy to find the ones you want. Right, so you heard the buzz that go. Oh no, it's doing that again now. What have I done now? That was from changing one of them from bloody jump to a call. Pretty sure. See, that's works. This one works. It goes to the game over screen without problem. And even this works because when you press space, it does go to the main menu. The way my dumb brain was thinking it was working before was right, okay, now we're right at the beginning of the program. It jumped to it. Should just continue like it was brand new. And I've made sure I do reinitialize all the values. Must have missed something though, obviously. What a shame. I mean, I might just delete my game over code and go back to how I had it a minute ago. And I'll test that level 2 still works. I did notice actually when I was playing through it earlier on, when I got to level 2, it had a grey background. Everything worked fine, but the UI was grey. And I couldn't remember whether I made that intentional or not. UI colours. Wait. So they should just be the same colours. So something was breaking. For level 2, I think. It was the same routine. It's the same colours. I'm going to delete every trace of game over. Do I want to delete that? I mean, I reckon that's probably alright. A large part. I'll keep it. I'll stop including it. Yeah, might be alright. Yeah, so. Oops. So what I'm going to try and do is stay alive now and beat this boss. I start us right near the end of the level. Oh yeah. Make sure it's not broken any further. That was just some stupid thing I put. Make sure the boss was there. Make sure you knew. I was playing it with one eye on it only. Just wanted to know when the boss appeared. Ah, see, I held space and it bugged out. This wasn't happening earlier. Still on the boss. Nothing's initialized or anything. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill myself so I didn't get the sounds. So I'm sure now it's something to do with all my jumps. It's not working as I would expect. It's a shame. I mean, I think the one on GitHub is actually working fine. So if it really comes to it, I'm going to just delete all the files, pull it from GitHub or something. It looks like a tractor or a train already. Look, like a pretty good train. That. Hello, a dinosaur. Right, boss, kill boss. I think that's when the problems arrive. Begin shop. So why is there 2 returns? What's going on with that? Not okay. We don't really even need the return there, do we? It looks like a Prince of Persia level, does it? Funny, it was all working before. Perhaps it is in the main where I've just missed it. It's really weird though, because you know when it bugs out like this, it still waits for you to press space, like it's in the update loop, wherever it is. Like it gets into this loop here, but it seems to bypass the start bit. Try ball begin shot then. Thing is, it's going to return back to here eventually then, isn't it? 3 buttons. I mean, it's been working for me using jump there for ages. I never had cool there before. Don't know why that would make any difference. But I better try it. I moved it. Leave it as jump. Try and kill him. That noise. It's broke, yeah, that was well broke. And the boss didn't get reset. God knows what's happened. Won't draw much. I had an idea then, I forgot it. What if I jump to here instead? And then from in here, cool, begin shot. Begin shot. Don't need to have that in it. I mean, begin shot seems basically pointless. Check the edge. I don't even know what you're talking about half the time, Vulcan. I don't see anything that bothers me though. Continue. Am I missing something? I'm not getting these any buttons or anything. Hopefully not. I think I've got it all set up still correctly. Maybe, yeah. Is it showing up? Because I've just noticed I've got it locked. Perhaps that means it doesn't show up. I've unlocked it now. Yeah, I am majorly concentrated here. I need to split the screen, see both at once. Can't, can you? To be honest, it doesn't need to even exist, this. Oh, UI init's not meant to be in there. That's why. Oh well, this is probably better anyway. But hey, I see it now. Awesome. Just let me look how I exit this screen. By selection. Jump. Looks good. It'll probably work now. But I probably just messed around unnecessarily. I just had that init in there. Killed him. Oh, how did I die there? That was nowhere near a collision. Oh, gotta restart the thing. Alright, avoid them. Money's not looking right. There's something going on up there though. Oh shit, I thought I killed him. Damn. The sound mugged me off. Yeah, there's money still doing that, so something's weird in the UI there. Whoa, crashed. Completely. Okay. That's probably when he died. I mean, I'm not sure why. Oh, how did that even compile? Maybe it didn't. Probably didn't. I'm just too dumb to notice. Still, I don't know what happened to cause that crash. And that UI thing, I'll have to look at that now. Probably end up just pulling it off GitHub, I think, is one of them nights, I'm afraid. It seemed to get a little bit further that day. But that was a weird crash. That might have even been the emulator crashing. That's a strange one, that. Do you reckon it's jumping to here, calling this, returning, and then ending up back in the where it starts here? Is that what's happening? That's why it wasn't crashing when I had that return here. How can I get around that if that's the case? I think I can think of a way around it, but that's only if that is the case. I mean, let's just try it, like, test start. Um, nah, my head's screwed already. About, oh, I don't know. I think that's what's happening, isn't it? It jumps there. Get the return there. To give us all these weird bugs rather than crash, I reckon. Yeah, big failure, I think. Money's something weird. There's something so weird's going on. Oh, why am I dying? I don't mean to do that. Follow me. I think I pushed it to GitHub in a good position, but I did add some other stuff to it that I'm going to lose. Try and just shoot a few bullets at. Oh look, it made it to the main menu, no problem. Shop menu. There's meant to be a UI there. Oh, that's why I did delete that though. Then it just went. I was gonna say that's the boss noise it made. So that's what happened. It jumped, it returned like I was saying. We shouldn't have a return there, and at least I know. There's some other way of doing this. Why can't my brain think of it right now? Before I had it like this, didn't I? And it worked. Begin level 1, begin level 2. I was jumping to that, but it was working for some reason. Oh, I hate it when it's like this. Just can't quite figure it out. I guess if I get really stuck on this, I'll have to just make a fresh project and just try and jump between a few screens and reinitialize some values somehow, see if they work on the most basic level. That's like a boring I'd rather just fix it in game, obviously. Wonder if I jump to this, well, and then probably gonna crash again anyway. I'll try now. Try it anyway. Oh, what am I doing? I reckon it'll probably crash out of the game now. Yeah. Crime shit for nerds. That's funny, Vulcan. I like that one. I see you, Vulcan. I didn't know you said bedtime. Yeah, fair enough. I'll tell you what, if it carries on like this, I won't be streaming too much longer. If my head's not working properly. Oh, it's enough to make me literally think about starting whole game again. Luckily with GitHub saves the day. It jumps to here, then that says jump, so we shouldn't need a return. Jumps to here, not even needed. Okay. Continues jumping by selection. Try it. Sometimes I have videos where I just manage to add loads of stuff, and this time just go backwards. Sometimes it just happens that. That's seeing money. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I was holding in space and it didn't like it. I think the reason for that might be by selection calls all these, doesn't it? Just made the right pigs hear it, yeah. It hit that return there, I expect. I think it just returned to here though, and then oh well. I have to recover it from GitHub and go from there because I'm pretty sure I had it working earlier. I'm not holding in space. The UI should be there. I bet if I press exit it'll be okay. Yeah, how did I know? There's something to do with when it goes and buys an item. Try it one more time, same code, just try and buy an item. I'm hoping with that money thing I've just stuck something stupid in. I don't know why that's suddenly stuck. Yeah, as soon as you buy something it just goes back to the boss. I think this is recoverable, but I need to have a serious think about it. Because I need to change a lot of them jumps to calls when we're going into the shop. Because it gets to, where is it? Try selection, and if we try and buy something, it seems to return all the way back to when you're at the boss. And then because the level timer hasn't incremented, it just spawns the boss. Well, I suppose if I make it all calls, all the way up to this point where it jumps to this menu update. No, good. Bloody tough one. The thing is, I mean, you don't want it to return back to here, do you? Yo, thanks, Moz. Got the cat. Is that a cat or fox? Good, whatever it is. The only good thing I can say about this, I think I understand the problem. Have a fox sit on you. That'd be telling, wouldn't it? Gotta be better than a skunk. The way I'm thinking of fixing it is setting a bull instead and making sure I get all the way back to the update. No, no, no. I think the key might be in this main.asm. Note how they jump to main on the level. I mean, I had it all working, didn't I? I think I'll give up. I'm going to just delete it and then download it off GitHub and see what stage I'm at with it. Got it, because I'm quite sure it worked. If not, one of the other options, the rollbacks did. No. In the meantime, yeah, we need some sort of cat gif. Oh, cheers, Micro, you're a dude. It's an apt choice of music as well. Can't seem to get hold of. I'm trying to do it through the GitHub app. Pressing Fetch Origin, but it doesn't seem to want to do it. I was downloading it off GitHub, it's easy. I just hope it works because I did upload a lot of versions to GitHub today. The very latest one might be broken. Fortunately, it's running very slow. I'm going to make one more Siggy. Okay, it's coming through now. Yeah, it was going swimming for me earlier as well. Just like I made loads of extra things. I can't remember what they were, but little tweaks. I sorted the squids out a lot. Made them coloured in. The collision was looking really good. Just got the version back. Oh, I think it did download. Oh, that's okay. Just hope that it's in a working state. If I have to mess around and roll back to some previous version, call it there. But I have got one other thing I can show you before I go off, because I made a little space taxi movement and it kind of works, but I'm going to change it. But if I get really stuck, I'll just show that off before I go off. This looks program start. This is the old one then. Oh, I've run it in the internal simulator. I remember I'm near the end. Oh yeah, near the end. Still crashing. Damn. I can roll back even further. Oh well, forget that for now. I'll sort it out for tomorrow. But let's quickly have a look at this other one I made. It's nothing special whatsoever. But it does show off a little way I've thought of moving sprites I'd never thought of before. Yeah, so deleted most of the stuff. Most of these are empty. And in player, I've got position set as words. And you see I've got them written in hex. The upper byte is 10 and 5 for X and Y. I'm going to do velocity as well, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So instead, I just tested it. I've got gravity here. I have to do it completely differently because this is wrong. I want to apply gravity to the velocity in chunks. But right now, I'm just going at max gravity down all the time. Gravity is here, set at 200. So it ticks up the lower, well, the entire register. And then when the upper byte moves, obviously that's where it's getting displayed to. Yeah, it gets confusing as hell, doesn't it? I didn't want to do double anyway. These I'm actually only looking at the higher bytes. So it's like, well, that should be 16. It's going to be 16 on the Y 5. But, if you look here, it didn't take that long to figure out actually. Use a pointer to the 16-bit value increment to get to the higher bit, and then use that as the position. But it actually does work pretty lovely. I'll run it. You've got quite a lot of fine control over the movement now. Oh, it's in the internal one. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I've got to do thrusters and stuff. Sadly, there is a nasty trick to this that I didn't really think about, but I want to be able to use minus 16, like signed 16-bit numbers. And I forgot about that. So, I mean, it might not be such a problem. I know how they work with the two's complements, but getting it working in my code might be a different ballgame. That's a different challenge that I had on the back burner. I just thought I'd show that while I was. But what I'm going to do with that other project, cheers Moz. Yeah, in Spikie in space, I'll trawl through different versions until I find a working one and just go from there. Because I definitely had that boss transition working and the shop and all that. I've managed to mess it up. I added a heck of a lot of code without testing it. It's a shame because I would have lost a lot of functionality that I built in with the squid stuff. I made it so he spawned only in certain places. Yeah, maybe I could have. I'll stay on for a few more minutes while I have this. So maybe I'll try and do a velocity thing now. AI. Like yeah, we'll stick his head coming out of the taxi. Do you mean the AI in the shooting game? Yeah, with the waves and that. we'll definitely get it back to a working state. It's a shame because I piled loads of stuff on top of it and didn't test the end of the level. Yeah, the squid and stuff. Cheers, Micro. There's a version on GitHub somewhere where lots of stuff works. So I'm just going to go back one by one until I find one and then extensively test each version until I find one that's reasonable. Because I obviously just messed something up there. Sadly, I am leaning towards starting a new project because I can try and keep it a bit cleaner and not. I couldn't follow that code that well, although it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I've just got to think of them screen transitions differently. I think getting me in that game. Yeah, so with this game here, I don't want it. Although this works, just to see the gravity in action, I actually want to apply this to a velocity, and I want like an acceleration value, like a force that I can apply each frame. And then I'd also apply gravity on top of that. And that's why I was saying I need minus numbers. Because I need the velocity to be, like when I thrust, y needs to go to minus, and it needs to count up in like twos, get higher and higher while I'm holding the button. Then when I let go, it needs to just gradually come down because the gravity will be taking it down. So I'll try and just smash something out for the fun of it. I'll put like gravity force. This is totally off the top of my head. Like the max gravity speed is 200, so I'll put like 20. It's going to take like 10 frames to get to max speed, maybe 10. Then thrust force 20. Max thrust 300. That's the beauty of doing it the way I've done it with gravity. You can have any number you want. Like, have a look at this. I could just go gravity 2000. This will work just perfectly like that. It'll be 10 times faster. Oh, there's no emulator. I don't know why that was happening. I didn't remember putting that noise in this game as well, but I obviously copied it in somehow. But yeah, as you can see, it works pretty goddamn well. I'll probably put the thrust speed up a bit, put it up to like 900. Genius of assembler. Make you zero. Anywhere in the number system. Yeah, true that, Micro. That's basically where my brain's going with it. It's like touches on that idea, and then it can't quite grasp it. You know what I mean? But basically, that's what it is. 128, basically zero. I think I can do it as zero being zero. Especially if I have max thrust minus 900 and thrust minus 20. So I can add everything now, can't I? Add that, and add that. Well, I don't add this. If the speed is greater than that, then I can add more. But I still don't think that's right. Well, I'm going to be wanting to. I just do that to remind me. I'm going to be wanting to increment that entire value, and then based on it, just move the position by this amount per frame. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? The draw routine's fine. It's going to do it for us. It's going to draw the player. I don't actually want to apply gravity. Well, I do, but I don't want to have it with that. Gravity is not constant. Yeah, I know. Obviously, the nearer you are to the planet. But I haven't done constant. If you think about it, I've got a force. It ticks up by 10 each time until it and gets more and more until it reaches 200. So it'll have like an inertia effect. That's what I'm trying to go for anyway. The problem with this is I'm going straight for the position here. And that is the problem. I need to just do the gravity. The velocity. And like I say, not gravity. I need to do gravity force. And I need another one called, oh no, velocity does that. So that's going to get added every time. We should see now that it gradually gets quicker. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, Dark Trance. Sorry I couldn't get any more decent production going. Next time it'll be alright, maybe. This should be pretty good. We should see it gradually get faster. Oh, it's not even moved. Oh, of course. I've got to set the position. Ah, I've got to remember to use a pointer. I want the whole value and then I just want to get the upper byte. This could get awkward. Oh, look how I did it in here because I've tested that. I know it works. So I load it with D just like I did. What do I want to do? Oh, I just want to add velocity to it. In KL again. Sorry. I'm not sure if that'll work. No warnings. Try it. Still no movement. Just for testing purposes, let's put this up to 100. That's still, it's definitely not moving. D has the position, and A has the velocity. This bit maybe I'm a bit worried about. It puts it back in. Just to make sure. This is a dumb way of doing it. But whoa, that's done some mashup stuff. I think I need to go a bite higher on this somehow. How can I do that? I'm sure that's all it is. Whoops, I didn't even compile it. God knows what I've done there. Wait. Run it again. Crashes straight away. It's almost like I've just destroyed DE. I think that's why. No, they're two separate things. I don't know why it does. That does seem correct to me. Seems like where I want to put it, but I know that worked when I had done it with position. It worked perfectly. Now I'm just doing the same thing with velocity, trying to add velocity to position. Oh wait, maybe like that, shouldn't But hey, and it gradually sped up. Superb. That's what happens when you're tired, isn't it? Well, not just that I'm tired, but I just banged my head against a brick wall with that last project. That's brilliant. That's the very first steps of being able to do a space taxi game. Of course, it should have been 10. That'd be a bit more reasonable. Maybe a bit too easy now, but we'll have a look. Seems to get a bit. That's a bit strange, but of course it's going to crash when it gets to the bottom. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it, Micro? Yeah, so just in case someone wondered what the hell was going on, I was getting the value of it and then increasing just the value a little bit and messing around getting half of it. This is now much better. I'm just getting the pointer and then getting the data inside the top byte after incrementing to the top byte. Works a beaut. So that's the velocity done. I mean, it's only only Y, keeping it simple. The next thing to be to add some thrusters. May as well try that. It's gonna be the same as that, but instead of gravity force, thrust force. Why can't it find thrust force? Ah, I've just realised there's nothing here about maximum speed either. Reload. With gravity force, we're ticking up the entire register as a 16-bit unit. That's why we've done it with the brackets there. Got the actual 16-bit value into HL. I want to check the upper bit. If I bugger this, the upper byte, see if it's maximum. I'm caught in two minds. I can either increase it now and then decrease it straight after, or I could just load it completely. Might be simpler. Nah. Although I'm having the same problem here. Okay. Right. So gravity is obviously moving down. That's a positive number. Probably call it max gravity or something. Gravity max. The return is more than or equal to that. Pretty much the same with thrust, I guess. Except for this time it'll be less than. This is where it probably ain't going to work because of the signed thing. Be interesting if it does. Very interesting if it does. Hang on, it cannot be 900, can it? Talking about the upper bite. But if it's an upper, if we're going minus. Wait there a minute. Even 200 is too high. 2000. I mean, 100's mega quick anyway, isn't it? Although that would still take 3 frames to move one. What did I have it as? 2000's too high. It is okay. Don't forget, I'm talking about the. We're talking about 16. Gravity max. No, not the way I'm using it now. Isn't okay. The force, funnily enough, could be in the thousands. We're only checking the upper bite here. Maximum it could ever be is minus 127 or minus 128. I can't remember. That will be frickin' fast though. 10 would be fast to be. So what you got to remember here is this is the upper bite only, whereas the 10, may as well put that near the oh, 10 is actually added to the entire register. So that takes a very long time. This is tick up by 1. See what I'm saying? You probably want to increase that value a little. Do it like that. So similarly for thrust max. Thing is, thrust max has got to offset with gravity. I'm going to always take gravity off it. Say 40. Plus force, probably quite a lot more. This could be in the thousands to make it almost instant. I go for 150. I would love that, man, but I'm not an expert at that by any means. I have messed around with physics in Unity and other things for many years, to be honest. I know a bit. I haven't used that for a long time either, though. This could be cool, though. This might end up working out. I'm just not sure about when we compare them. We're basically comparing it to a minus number. So I'm just hoping that it works. And obviously that's too high. It needs to be a maximum 120. No, the force can be whatever. It's fine. That will do. So assuming that it does work like I wanted to, with this signed number, and that it just by velocity, it should just be able to go minus, yeah. And I take it less than means obviously a larger minus number. I reckon it might work this. Try that. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm wrong. Velocity. That's the problem, isn't it? Oh no, it knows it's minus 40. Didn't return out there. Let's see if we get a sound when we get to it. When I press W, in other words, I should get a sound. No, no sound. I'm not doing check keys. Okay, so I'll get rid of the sound. Oh. Sadly, still didn't seem to work at all. I will try the sound. Oh, still no sound. Yeah, it looked like it worked, but I think there's like a bit of a bug. If you don't make your numbers power of 8, like I was saying, or power of 2, you get that sort of wave effect where it doesn't tick up in a exact nice order, you know what I mean? Which I could obviously fix just by making speeds like 16 and 32. Damn, what was I decided to do? Really forgot. Oh yeah, there was no sound. I was going to check the mixer. But it should have sound. Sure. I haven't. I was even compiling that there. I haven't included sounds. Well, now we have a warning. Duplicate label. Okay. Oh, I'm not in the main. Not in the main file. The sounds was included. Well, strange how it filed. Okay, so why am I not getting sounds then? One more try with it like that. No. Oops. That's really strange. Sorry for your ears. I'm going to quickly try this there. Yeah, cheers, Moz. I'll figure it out in the end, won't I? Thank you for the bits again, man. I'll definitely sort out Spikie in space as well. I'll reset back to an older one. Definitely going offline soon. I know I keep saying that, but as soon as I fix this thing. Weird that that doesn't work. I'll just try putting an N there. Might get some sounds again. Oh, I've just opened a new window. Pleasure as always. Thanks, and you, man. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to see any of these routines. No doubt it's got to do with that. Yeah, it works. Oh, hello, and it actually moves the car up. Hear that sound. So it is to do with the signed number. For some reason, returning all the time. Hey, it works, man. Too much thrust. Let's try and level them numbers out so they're like powers of 8 or whatever you want to call it. Hey, Micro. Stuck around and got rewarded. Gravity too much or not enough? Press 16. 8. Just try that. But playing with these numbers, you can probably get quite a nice feel with this little bit of game engine I've already done just here. Obviously the trick is getting it all together with the screen transitions like I've found out today. It can be tricky. Especially when you've got complicated code just to move the play. Okay, so still feels buggy. And obviously, well not obviously, but it doesn't seem to stop you thrusting. I think I need maybe level them out a bit more, make them nearer to each other. Yeah, because I've got 32 thrust. Maybe gravity. I think if I put gravity to 32, I don't think you'll be able to ever move up, will you? Maybe that should be 8. In that case, that should probably be 12. I know that's not the right power. I'm going to try it anyway. If not, I'll change it to 16 and see what happens. Oh, it didn't stop. It seems to be like overpowered the thrust. Never goes back down. Oh, that's why thrust falls. Moving. I put 32 is going to be a bit weird, I think. Yeah, you can't lift up off the ground. That's cool. We found the answer. Works in maths. Got some questions. We'll have flying cars by 2032. We've been saying that for years, haven't we? No, the frost hasn't got an immediate effect. It's just too strong at the moment. Yeah. But obviously, it's a game, not a real simulator. Like we're talking about just a few pixels room. But yeah, he would. You know, this isn't a. It's definitely in a gravity simulator. Right, see, the thrust is not strong enough now to pull you out of a nasty downturn. Maybe I need to slow the maxes down. For that. I'm actually pretty content with it. Yeah, look at this. Oh, it doesn't seem to ever outweigh it though. which is strange because it should only call out while I'm holding the button. Then the gravity should eventually stop it from. I'm going to put the player near the bottom so I can get a bit more space to test it. God, I don't know what 92 is in heck. 191. 178. That's starting way too late. Doesn't even let me skip onto the. I wonder why that happened. Never seems to come back down. It's hard because I've just clicked the debug and then if I hold the button too long, it goes flying off. Look, it never goes down. Weird. Because I apply gravity every frame. And only thrusters when you're pressing W. Oh, the max thruster is absolutely doing nothing as well. I guess Ret C doesn't work with signed. I've got to use a different flag. That's what it is. Hang on a sec. But I still won't solve this problem. Yeah, so signed. A is smaller than N. Then S and PV are different. God. Too confusing, isn't it? Right, that's a job for tomorrow, I think, I'm afraid. Post this in there. Yeah. So there's the usual ones we're familiar with. But look at these. I'm gonna have to get the hang of them. I suppose I could try just cheating. Oops. Try Ret Z. Z. Plus max. Plus max. It equals that exactly. Yeah, that might work, you know. Worth a try at least. Time to press it. Yeah, but Ret Z might work. If I can press the right button. It's annoying for this debugger because you have to click it really quick onto the screen. Well, I think that at least did work. Let me try putting max thrust, like -1, just to test that that works. Let's say -2. Oh, we've got problems there. Used to never go down. But it looks like the speed thing was wrong. If I put it up to 1, put it back down to 1. I'd say that's working. But it never ever goes down once it's going up. Lost. The even stranger thing is, when it's going up, of course, it is a minus number. So I'm trying to just use a positive number. I'm just trying to add to that value till it reaches plus 32. No, plus 4 on the upper byte. Really odd that. Tried stupid stuff now because I'm a bit tired and I'm out of ideas. No, it's very strange that. I'm not holding up. It goes into a minus state and for some reason never adds to it, even though we are calling this. It's almost as if once it's minus, add it. Line 23. What do you mean? Here. Oh, you sure? This obviously takes it down into a minus state. But surely if you're not holding W, that doesn't get called, and then this will just add in a bit to it. I think that's what it is. Do you know what? I'm quite certain you can't use add. Fix line 23. Okay, thank you. I bet you if I look it up, add. I bet you can't use add with signed numbers. So I have to come up with some special way of adding. Looking it up in 2 places now. I'm quite happy actually, because I think that works, and that's using signed numbers. But because I'm doing a 16-bit, see, I'm only actually using 8 bits here. But because I'm trying to do a 16-bit with an 8-bit thing, I think, well, that's what I'm hoping I'm going to. Oh, add 16 bits. It can do it. Hang on. There's different flags, but I don't think that matters. Damn. It looks as if that would be okay then. Yes, it doesn't like me adding with a negative number. I don't think you can sub with HL, so there's no other way of doing it anyway. It's a constant. Unfortunately, I've got gravity in a different one. I'll move it back in. There you go. This is a real tough problem, but I think if we master this, it's like a big step. You know, there's not that many things left, that many big hurdles left. Quite shame, innit? I could try making these positive numbers and using sub. Like I say though, I don't think you can do that with the 16. You can't use sub on HL. Yeah, you see, what's happening is minus 64 can be represented in 8 bits, but if you represent it in 8 bits, the 7 bit number 7 is going to be a 1, yeah? And when you load that into a 16-bit register, that's a completely wrong number. So I'm struggling to see how that was even working in the first place, to be honest. But I feel like I should find out how to represent minus 64 in a 16, because the bit 15 is going to be the one that's set that shows that it's signed. I need to look at that Z80 Heaven maths like page, don't I? Yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is imagine if you've got I'm trying to find the exact figures in binary but I can't. 16-bit signed, you can definitely do it. I've seen it on Z80 Heaven, but I didn't study it in great detail. I remember reading it in that book as well with the little gremlin dude. But wait there a sec. Right, so minus 64 binary. I can't find it. I mean, you know exactly how it works. If it was just an 8-bit, it'd be like the 1 there, and then it'd be, you know, something like that. Okay, so what would be minus 64, just for a start? Would that be it? I just had to guess that. My calculator doesn't really. I'll leave it a little while because I know there's a delay, so I'll give you a chance to speak. And what I'm wondering is, how would you do that in 60 if you had to do 16 bits? Make sure that the final bit was the signed bit. Yo, yo. I don't know what you mean by CO, sorry mate. Oh, you're doing it in hex. That's probably a good shout actually, putting it in hex. No, I wanted it in binary. But hex might work nicely actually. I don't have a clue how to do it in hex. Is that minus 64 what you just put there, yeah? Right. So what you see is, forget the hex a moment, let's think of binary. Unfortunately there, when I write minus 64, the compiler is going to create that for me, innit? But then I load it into a register and I get that. Whereas this would have to be the signed byte, and that's going to give me some God knows what number. You get what I'm saying? I might not be right, but that's what I think's happening. I'm going to actually read that book with the gremlin in it. Yeah. What's a DW negative? A word, yeah. Yeah, that's basically because look, velocity is, and we're only dealing with the upper byte. So when I'm loading in that entire register, and then I give it the minus number, it's only putting it into that one. You know what I mean? And it'll think it's a positive number because the final byte will still be 0. Final bit. Oh, you think this is minus 64? Can you even do that? Interesting if I can. It compiled. Let's try it. Oh, you got it, okay. I thought you meant the one I had. Thanks for your help there, I would have never arrived at that. Would have took me ages. I was wondering about -1 as well, but I don't think we... Because I use that only in an 8-bit register anyway. Yeah, it's okay that one I think. I thought it worked, I saw it go up and down just for a second. So it seems that the compiler was clever enough just to take -64 and turn it into that. Damn. I actually thought I was barking up the right tree with that. Think about what's happening logically here. The thrusters appear to work fine. The max speed seems to work. The thrust itself definitely works. However, once we're in that negative, like once velocity is in that negative mode, wait, I guess it can never be negative. No, it's going negative, isn't it? Because I'm adding, and it goes upwards on the screen, so it is negative. Sure. Test that thrust max out and make it a bit quicker. To check it is working. Let's try exactly 8 -8. It is, look. It works perfectly, that bit. Just the fact that gravity seems to just try this. Totally equal. The thing is, you should never be able to go up now. So that's going to be a really huge number, isn't it? I think I need the complete inverse of that time. Double help of maths. I used to know how to do that. That's interesting stuff. Glad they still teach them decent stuff like that. That's like quite relevant to game dev if you know how to do all that stuff. Work out lots of AI routines and collision routines, movement routines, all sorts of things. Pythagoras comes in well handy on moving stuff, aiming it at something else and finding the shortest distance. As you can see, I fail with signed binary numbers. It definitely makes him full. Yeah, so you need more thrust, don't you? You have to have more thrust than gravity, of course, because gravity gets applied every frame. Down, down, down. Yeah, I know that quote. Sure, it's a problem involving triangles. What's going on here? It just locks. It's locked in the in that speed. But it really shouldn't. This gets called every frame. I don't. It's irrelevant of what it's doing in the other speed. Ah, here we go. That's why, isn't it? I think Ret Z is cheating. They've got to now be exactly. Oh god, I wasn't even on the controls there. Yes, here we go. Look. GG. It needs some tweaking because at the moment it's got to be exact for it to work. If that makes sense to you. I've used return Z, but I could easily add left and right now. What I'm going to have to do is, if you remember on my Mikey game, the original, with the desks, I've done something called collision prevention. I'm going to have to use that approach here to stop him on platforms, like so that I don't have to know the height of a platform. I can just move a fake version of me, test for an intersection with something that's called a platform, that I label as a platform. And then if it is, it will land on top of it. And obviously don't let it go out the top of the screen. I could do this all day as well. It's like a yo-yo. Thanks for your help there. I would have been really stuck on them binaries. And that I had the problem. I think actually let's try that. Was that minus 64? And then this is 32. So then we'll see if this is relevant where we had to separate it like that. I don't think it is because I found the other problem, didn't I, with the dead thing. So I think actually hopefully we can just write the numbers in. Well, hey. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'll just let it crash. Hover over the binary value. That's clever, it knows it even when it's commented. Oh, it thinks it's decimal though. What's another way of doing binary, do you know? Asmo? Dollar? Not gonna be dollar, is it? Hex now. Mm. Yeah, but it didn't know that it was binary. Well, obviously it has probably 8 in it, yeah. No, it still thinks it's decimal. Look. So it doesn't register the what should we call it? Sure, there's probably another token I could use. I'll quickly look that up. Zero B. That's why it's 0x for hex, isn't it? I have seen 0H before as well. Might well be an option, mate. It still thinks it's a hex number in the plugin. Ah, it's no biggie. I've got a calculator here to do it, but it struggles with unsigned as well. With signed, and there's no option to say whether it's a signed or an unsigned. But I can write into the decimal -64. Although I can't do that when I'm in the programmer mode. It doesn't. It's not clever enough. Signed 16-bit converter. Yeah, you're bang on. This is what it came up with. Online. Well done, man. I hate using hex for signed. That blows my mind. I don't understand. Ever. That might be good for reference. Oh, I'm too tempted to quickly add left and right movement now. Velocity X. I need some sort of dampening for that though, don't I? Like other than gravity. We're gonna guess here I'll just put damping. What's the word? Drag. Probably the wrong word completely. Sideways drag. Well, I'll get them moving, but I might not bother with drag. Funnily enough, obviously X movement is very different to Y. It'll go up a lot slower. The exact same thing. Other way around, isn't it? No problems, Micro. Thanks for sticking around, man. I'm so glad I actually managed to get this working before I went off. Cheers, Micro. I'm definitely getting offline pretty soon. I think we want this to happen quite a lot slower. We do want a bit of responsiveness roles there. There's actually no way of it going over the max either, because it'd have to tick through so many of the low bytes. It would never get there. On it. Ah, it didn't compile. Yeah. The only reason I'm not going to use that is because I can't be bothered to figure out about the minus and positive yet. Okay, not moving. Nope, definitely not. Oh, where's move play? I've only done the Y. Pixel lag. Never seen that word. Come on, this could be the big one. Oh yes, it's good. Just way too I need to do what are they called? Pre-shifted sprites or bit rolling perhaps. Could even do bit rolling. That'd be a well advanced game. That at the moment it's a bit. What I'd say we need is actually more sideways force. Maybe even just one. And then dampening would be good as well. It'll make it feel a lot better. When I say dampening, I mean so it just reduces the speed a little bit. Frame. That's already quite good. They need that damping now. Dampening or whatever that. Well, lots to do there. Hopefully I can fix Spiking in space and come back with that tomorrow. Thanks for everyone who's watching. If you're on YouTube, give me a little subscribe. Brilliant of you. See you again most likely tomorrow. Well, almost certainly tomorrow with the next video. See you then. Good night, Micro.